Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Mentality Minutes. Happy Tuesday. Super happy to have you guys here. Today we are extending the message and our lessons from the book Winning. From yesterday, we decided and put into our own terms what winning is to us, what it means to you, and we called you to action to base something that you need to tackle, something you need to take charge of. So I hope that pursuit is going well for you. Today, we're going to dive into what Tim Grover calls the dark side. Now, I just want to say, in 15 minutes, I'm going to do my best to explain this to you guys. But it is a topic and it's a skill, and it's something that if it piques your interest or you can relate or it's something you want to develop, you're going to have to invest a lot of time outside of this to understand that and really, really develop this skill within yourself. It's not something I can just tell you over this podcast that we can just throw into plan, which is why this book is so amazing, because even like we talked about yesterday, all these things are hard to do. Taking accountability for these things and making the decision to pursue winning is a hard thing to do, and it's kind of heavy, and it's going to take everything. It's going to take everything in you. So we're going to get into the dark side today. What Tim Grover believes the dark side is, and coins it as, is it's that part of you that you don't really talk about. It's those skeletons in the closet. It's the negative, quote unquote, things that have maybe happened in your life. The dark side. And he believes that's what makes you fierce. That's not something you should hide and be ashamed of. It's something you need to own. Because embracing that is what's going to help you face that next challenge when it comes to pursuing winning. And a quote from the book is, "Your dark side isn't something to be ashamed of." Okay? It's a source of strength that few are willing to tap into. And I want you to keep that thought in your mind, that quote in your mind, as I read you something from the book and you start to discover a little bit and are introduced to what the dark side is. Because we each have one, and it's not something negative at all. It's a tool, it's a skill that if you can learn how to utilize this, tame it, it's like a wildfire. If you can learn how to tame it and let it burn controlled in your life and in your pursuits, nothing can stop you. So, I'm going to read you guys this part from the book, and I want you to reflect for a minute. It's going to call you to reflect and really just take note of where your mind wanders and be honest with yourself. Okay, right now it's only you and your thoughts and what I'm reading you off this page. So, page 177, in case you guys ever want to buy the book. But Tim Grover says, take all the disappointments in your life, everyone who said no, everyone who teased you, every job you lost, every game you lost, every time someone said you weren't good enough, every relationship that ended badly. And imagine laying them all out in front of you. Just spread them out all over an imaginary table. Now, hold your hand over each one, mentally reconnecting with how each one made you feel. One maybe makes you feel warm, one nauseous, one cold, one nothing, one radioactive hot. That's the one. That's your fuel. The one that burns you without even having to touch it, that's your dark side fuel. That's Iron Man's armor, Wonder Woman's bracelets, Captain America's shield. You get it. That's what's driving you, and that's your superpower. People are afraid to get close to all that hurt and disappointment because they open themselves up to reliving it, and that's rarely pleasant. But you must be willing to look at it, relive it, and embrace it before you can draw power from it. If you can't face your own truth, if you can't deal with the darkest parts of your past, you'll never be able to change your story. Tapping into the dark side isn't about revenge or anger. It's not an F you to everyone who ever hurt you. That's an emotional distraction, not fuel. The dark side is about total focus and tunnel vision on what's in front of you, not a million untamed emotions about things that happened in your lifetime. Those things are there. They're always with you. But when you're chasing a win, all your focus needs to be on that win. Now, I stumbled over the words a little bit, but that message right there is about the heart of what the dark side is. Okay, I'm going to say this again. Tapping into the dark side isn't about revenge or anger. It's not an FU to everyone who ever hurt you. That's an emotional distraction, not fuel. The dark side is about total focus and tunnel vision on what's in front of you, not a million untamed emotions about things that happened in your lifetime. Which, that can be confusing when we're asking you to draw from past experiences. This is where the skill comes in, where you learn how to utilize this. You might start to spiral all over the place, right? And that wildfire could burn absolutely everything in its path if you don't learn how to tame and use and develop this skill. So, with that in mind, now hopefully you have kind of an idea. When you thought of those things, when he named them off, and you like moved your hand over to see like a metal detector almost, what really just set you off, okay? Reflect on that thing. But now that we've talked about that, first you should understand that you should embrace your whole self. Okay, even all those moments, all those things, all those thoughts that just popped into your brain, you can embrace them. You can use them to fuel you, okay? To live truthfully and with strength means embracing parts of yourself, even the uncomfortable ones. Also, now you should understand that you should use fuel over fear. Winners use everything to accomplish those things that you set path on yesterday, the things that you said were winning to you, and the things that you said you're going to conquer, that you need to take control of. Those are going to take every bit of you to do consistently. So even anger or frustration can be power to you through those challenges. And now I'm going to get into these action steps. So these things, I'm going to call you to take action on using and developing this dark side. And it's going to be a big call. So if maybe you're feeling uncomfortable, that's the point. First, reflect on a moment of pure grit you've experienced. When was a time that you dug your heels in and it took every single ounce of you to get that thing done? All the energy, all the sweat, all the tears, all the blood, like everything in you to get that done. Recall it. What did it feel like? And how can you channel it in training this week? Walk into a workout, walk into a practice, walk into the training, walk into school, walk into your day with the mentality of, yes, be grateful, attitude of gratitude, that's also important, but walk into your day with that mentality of recalling that thing that you overcame, that grit that you just like absolutely embody yourself in, because that's something you went through, something you persevered through. That's something that is fuel to you. Embrace that feeling and now go walk into your day, walk into your training with that. You're going to start your training, you're going to start your day with the mentality of, I can do this and I'm going to attack it, I'm going to win it, I'm going to dominate this. Instead of walking into this like, oh man, I don't want to do this today. I hope practice isn't hard. I hope this workout isn't that tough. No, walk in there, channel that feeling that you just had, that memory that you just recalled where you had to use all the grit, everything inside you to get it done, and walk into your challenge, walk into your training tomorrow and do that. Okay, now this next step, really tune in and take into consideration this next question. Set a tough goal that requires you to push through discomfort. Use that dark side to get it done. Now, when I say set a tough goal, I mean set something that can be pretty decently far out in the future, where it's going to take some perseverance, some time, some discipline. But when you look at that thing that you write down, it should make your stomach turn a little bit. Like, I don't know about that. You should look at it and be like, I know what I'm going to have to do to make that happen. I don't know if I'm up for that. You should look at this next goal that you set with those eyes, with that feeling in your stomach, in your chest, like in your head. You're gonna feel the voices in your head just start saying, all those like weak voices say, oh, I don't know. But that dark side, which you're gonna learn, it's gonna be like, do it. That's the thing. It's gonna be the one that makes you write it down on a piece of paper and scratch it out and write something harder. That's your dark side. See, your dark side might seem like this thing that you're fighting or something that in the past you may have fought, but you're gonna learn that it's your greatest ally once you learn how to channel it and use it. Because nothing wants to push you harder. Nothing wants to see you elevate inside you more than that. There shouldn't be a thought living in your mind or anything living in your heart or your soul or your spirit that doesn't propel you forward. If it doesn't propel you forward, those are things you need to get rid of. So when you're looking at your past experiences in your past life and you can use it to utilize your dark side, you're on the path. So write down that goal, that thing that scares you to death to go after, makes your stomach churn, makes your head go crazy. Sleep on it. Go after it. That's my challenge to you, and I'm even going to do that. And maybe come time when I'm standing at the peak of that, I'll share with you what it was, but I'm going to walk this with you guys too. Now, that's the episode for today. I hope you got a better understanding of what the dark side is. The thing is, with this topic, I said it at the beginning, I'll say it now. I don't feel like I can do it justice in 15 minutes, even 20 minutes, because it's something you're going to interpret for yourself different than how I interpret it. Go get the book, go look up videos on YouTube, research it, shoot us questions if you're curious. But that's the whole point of this, is to help you start progressing forward with these topics. But this is just a deep dive in a short time. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Happy Tuesday. Go kill it. Set those big goals. Do the things that scare you. Embrace every single part of you. Every single part of you has strength and fuel, and it's just going to build a fire inside of you that's going to keep burning and impact, help, and influence a lot of people. Super happy to have you guys here. Go make it a great one.